Hi, this is the final post on the abstinence project for class 605. I wanted to kind of just review what I learned about during this process, things that have motivated me, and the kind of support that I received during this process, and then just a general overview of the whole project. So, one of the things that I found really beneficial or that I learned about myself was that it's really easy to, I found it easy on the habits, or routine to do the same thing over and over again without really recognizing the damage that it was doing. And that kind of helped me relate a little bit more about um, how easy it is to not only relapse, but even take that first step into wanting to change or stop using or breaking a habit. Um, see, the thing for me was remembering that I always still had options. I didn't have to watch television. There's several other things that, or techniques for relaxation or um, ways to unwind after work. And so finding those things and reaching out to different uh, either friends or it has a couple of family members that have completely walked away from almost all technology other than a phone. And so it was kind of interesting to get their perspective when I talked to them about things that they chose to do in the evenings or after work. Another thing that I did learn was that whenever there's stressors or my stress increased, it definitely was a lot harder not to want to just isolate and watch TV, or just kind of not deal directly with what caused the stress or face on the problem that was making me want to um, walk away. And I've seen that a lot with working with a homeless population that I work with, is that when the stress levels are there, it's really hard to still make the better choices when you know that the one thing is going to give you the response that you need or the comfort or endorphins, whichever way, you know that by using a substance or whatever will give you the desired effect. And it's was easy and you knew what the outcome would be, where changing that habit, you don't necessarily know you're still going to get the same desired effect or the same result if you choose something different. So I found that for me, it was really, especially on those high stress moments, a little bit harder to lean into meditation versus watching TV, or even just pulling out my Bible and doing a Bible study a little bit more, just reading the Bible instead of watching TV. What should be a really good and easy choice was still a lot harder in those high stress moments. Um, for outside or environmental influences, I would say that definitely was affected a lot by where I work and what I do. And both good and bad. I definitely had support of um, the staff that knew what I was doing. However, it- the stress of work really did kind of make some decisions a little harder. And what I really try to do now is to make sure that I am putting up a little bit firmer boundaries. So I'm not wanting to just come home and not spend time with my family. I want to give them those opportunities to, share their day and things like that. Um, so the greatest support that I found were with, I had an accountability partner. She kind of did the same thing. We walked together with it. So we were able to find time when it was like, oh, I just want to do this, or just go together. We ended up talking and praying together instead. So that was really beneficial. And then my kids were really, really good support and a little bit more about keeping me on task when I got home from work or on the weekends. So those were my two biggest supports. And I found that those both relationships were very beneficial for me because they're they hit different targets. The friendship and the accountability partner was more likely to hit the more adult themed situations, where with my children it was a little bit easier for them to be encouraging in their way, and um, they hit the family end, and then it was more spending the day with them or the time with them instead of just vegging out in front of the TV. If I had to rate my overall progress during this project, I would probably still only give myself about a 6. There were a lot of struggles um, that caused the issues and desires to watch TV. Do think that there'll be some continuation with this behavioral change, and have found that there's overall the time to change and spend time in reflection has actually benefited me in the long run. Thank you very much for your support during this class, and I look forward to listening to your guys' posts.